is so interesting how God chose me for a role that I never could have dreamed about. I did 13 different rehabs and they didn't work. And they didn't work because I wasn't ready for them to work. Nothing against the program, it was me. But it's interesting, in that time frame of being homeless for 10 years, I was shot in a drive-by shooting. It took me a year to learn how to walk again. That was clearly God saying, Brenda, this is not the right choice, not the right place for you. But I didn't listen. Then I got stabbed with a broken beer bottle. I was raped several times. I was burned with cigarettes, these burn marks on my arm, because I took drugs from the dope dealer, knowing I had no money to pay him back. But because I was high at the time, I thought, well, I'll just figure something out. Yeah, nothing got figured out. Beaten, overdosed, poisoned, kicked out of a car driving down the road. And it's ironic that my life changed one day after getting high on what we call a cocaine binge. I'd been up for 7 days. I probably hadn't ate for about 10 days. And this is really going to take your imagination. I was skinny. And I had fell asleep in an alley off of 15th Avenue. And when I woke up the next afternoon, I realized someone had stolen my shoes. Shoes are a big thing for homeless women. Shoes are more important than even clothes. Because in Phoenix, in the summer, and that particular day, it was 115 degrees outside, I had no shoes. So in order for me to even go to the soup kitchen or the shelter or the police or the hospital or anywhere, I was going to have to walk, and I had no shoes on. I ended up having to walk a mile with no shoes on. And by the time I got down to University Park, I had 2nd and 3rd degree burns. My feet were burned, blistered, bleeding. I was dehydrated. It was worse than getting shot. It was the worst pain I've ever experienced. And when I made it to the park, some of the homeless people came and got me, and they were trying to give me water and trying to take care of me, if you will. And eventually, when I kind of felt like, I guess I'm going to live, even though my feet were burning, I sat up in this park and I looked around the environment that I was in, and I realized, my God, for the first time in 10 years, I said to myself, Brenda, what are you doing? This is no way to live. There has to be more. There has to be. So for the first time in 10 years, from my heart, I said, God, I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to do with my life. I have no goals. I have no dreams. It's sad when you can't even dream. It's free. I couldn't even dream. I had no goals. I had no direction. I had no hope. So I simply said, God, I don't know what it is that you want me to do with my life, but I don't want to be homeless. And I don't want to be a drug addict anymore. And God, I need you to take this away from me. And you know what happened? In that moment, in that park, in 115 degree heat, I could hear birds singing. And you know what? That was the voice of God saying, Brenda, I hear you, baby. I hear you. I got you. Come on home. It's going to be all right.